Okay, Gus, should we show everybody all the tools? And he's definitely a curious cow. He gets into everything. Like, he just made a little mess there. So we'll show you all of his halters and his tools that we use. Oh, is that a good spot right there, bud? Yeah. Yeah. So Gus has a lot of nicknames. We call him Gustav, and for short we call him Goose, so a cow named Goose. He also is Gus the puppy cow. We know he's a steer, but we just call him generic cow just as a whole, just because it sounds better. It just has a nicer ring to it. So we call him Gus the puppy cow, booger licker, all kinds of good nicknames. So I'd be curious and excited to see what you guys call your cows. So definitely feel free to post those in the comments below. All right, let's go show you what I have for Gus. Okay, so this is all Gus's stuff. So he's got all these halters, and basically cow or steer halters are more or less created equal. Like some people put the ring in their nose. I personally haven't done that with him because I don't feel like he needs the ring. But if you're going to pierce their nose, like if you're driving them, I guess, like I don't really know much about that, so I haven't done that with him. And he doesn't really need it. I find that just a chain around underneath his chin works pretty dang good, actually. So these are some of his halters. I just had this one made for him. This one has a nice fat nose band. It's a little bit too big, so he can back up and slide out of it. So I need to go and punch some holes into it and whatnot. So this one I got for him. It's going to have some nameplates mounted on it, just so I can leave him outside on the grass and he can wear this without a lead rope being attached to it. So with his name on it. So if he wanders away, it's kind of like a dog collar. It'll have his name and my phone number on it. So if he wanders away and gets lost in somebody else's herd, they'll know whose he is. He's pretty well known around here, actually. But anyways, that's just something I made for him. And I've ridden him in this too. I've attached reins to the outside. But yeah, so that's one of his halters. I actually really recommend this style halter for training purposes. It's got the chain, which, like I said, he responds really well to. This goes under the chin. I'll show you in a sec here. Get a better angle here. So this goes around his nose, the leather piece, and then the chain goes under his chin. And I find that this is what they use for showing, and I have really good results with this halter. I recommend this halter. So yeah, so this has his tag on it. It says his name. This is another one that I got for him, but this one has the lead rope attached, and then if you take this off, this just gets flappy. So I use this just here and there, but I love this halter. I got him a custom tag, so it says Gus on it, and then it says puppy cow, family not food, and then my phone number. And so yeah, that's just I like to train with this halter. And this halter doesn't fit him anymore, but I love the color, and maybe I'll get another calf one day, so I'll keep it. This is just your standard flat halter. Nothing too special. I mean, you could leave these ones on them too, but I find that I don't really get really good training results with this halter. It doesn't provide enough oomph, I guess you would say, whereas this does. He respects this quite a bit. Whereas this one, he likes to pull through it and do his own cow things. And then last but not least, rope halters. I love rope halters as well. I just don't like that the rope can't come on and off, because sometimes that's annoying. But he responds pretty well to his rope halters. They have nice pressure points, and these are like literally $7. So you can't go wrong with that. Whereas a price point with this one, I think this was $70, and a custom made one was actually $50. So it's up to you, whatever style of halter you choose to use. Like I say, I personally love the chain for training. The rope halters work equally as good for training too. So if you're on a budget or you don't have that kind of money to spend on a $70 show halter, a $6 or $7 rope halter will do just as good. So yeah, those are his halters. That's basically it for when it comes to a cow. I mean, you can use a horse halter, but they don't fit the same. And like I can use a rope halter on him, but he can get out of it. Like the cheek pieces are just not the same how they're designed. So the cow rope halters are a little bit tougher rope too, and they respond because they have thick hide, so they respond pretty good to these rope halters. Okay, so those are the halters, and any standard lead rope will do if it's not attached to your rope halter. You can use any horse lead. like, this one's a cow lead, and I actually quite like it. I love and they come in cute colors. They're thicker rope, so yeah. So there's my other, there's some horse critters coming to visit. Okay, so the other training tools I use is just a standard dressage whip. And I call this one Gus's motivator. You can see he's had his way with this. He has gotten a hold of this stick and decided to tell me what he thinks about this little motivator. I find that it's just an aluminum stick. I guess some people call it a cattle prod. It's not an electric cattle prod. It's not harsh. It's really not sharp. It acts like a horn in their side, basically, like what another herd member would do to them if they want them to move. They would poke them, from my opinion anyways, from what I've learned from cow behavior and watching cows and steers and bulls react with each other, if they have horns, which Gus does not, but how they get their attention is they poke them in the sides with their horns to get them to move and stuff like that. So I have adopted this method and it works very well. He actually respects this thing quite a lot. He hates it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It gets his attention, and I've actually taught him quite a few things with this. Now, it's only made out of aluminum, so it's really easy to bend. And if you leave your cow or steer unattended, like my guy likes to get into everything, he he will bend it and break it. And if he can, he will. And he's gotten hold of every single item basically that you see here, and has had his lips and his tongue all over it. Basically, if he can try to eat it, he's going to. So that's Gus for you, and I'm assuming most cows and steers are like that as well. So yeah, those are the tools that I use. Nothing too fancy, nothing too expensive, but they get the job done quite well. All right, let me know if you have any questions in the comment box below. All right, guys, see you in the next video.